Hey everyone, Damien Tudvich here from the Interdia Network once more, bringing you a 1 vs 1 Dawn of War Soulstorm replay on the Fallen City map. So yeah, this will be the last video I'm doing for tonight, after having all those damn quitters and such in, well, when I was playing Dawn of War and trying to commentate on it live, I decided to, try to end the night with something a bit more relaxing. So there we go, we've got two players in front of us playing a game. It's already been recorded, and apparently it's not too shabby either from the comments that I've read as well, so hopefully we'll get a good game as well to just end the night. So there we go. We've got Chillax Dude playing as the Sisters of Battle, doing it for themselves, and Metallicana playing as the Elder. And yeah, just looking at the starting builds, looks like Metallicana, or just the Elder player, has gone for a couple of Guardian squads and a couple of Builders going to a forward point as well. Interesting. And yeah, he's going for a Dark Reaper squad to start off with. And as for what Chillax is going for, what do you know? He's actually got a pristine sanctuary, and that's basically the army, and the barracks building up. And yeah, he's actually going with a Seraphim squad to start off with. So an interesting proposition. And I think he's actually got three. Does he have three? Yep, he's got 3 missionaries up as well, I think. Yeah, yeah, that one was missionary. Yeah. So yes, certainly an interesting start indeed. Starting with Seraphim of all things. Well, why not, eh? We'll see what happens. So it looks like they'll be clashing soon enough in the south, and it looks like in the northern part of the map actually, yeah, we do have Dark Reapers being used against the missionary. Thankfully the missionary, because it's just a single unit, only costs about as much as a scout squad, I think, just about. He actually does have quite a bit of health, really, so can take a bit of fire from these Dark Reapers, and it looks like, yeah, he's actually going to go into melee with them. But yeah, thankfully it looks like Metallicana is on top of his Micro, and yeah, it looks like he's got Fleet of Foot researched as well, and yeah, because he's actually running away. And at the same time in the south we do have a bit of an engagement happening. Looks like the Seraphim actually not doing too shabbily against these Dark Reapers when combined with the Missionary. And yeah, it looks like Metallicana is not building any more units at the time being. Unfortunately, the missionary is probably going to get killed off. So yeah, that's probably what the third missionary is for. He was just there to basically to disrupt the ranged infantry units of the Elder. So it's actually not such a bad build now that I think of it, really, because if the Elder player decides to go for a, say for example, a Screaming Banshee squad, or it's just a Banshee squad, should I say, then yeah, these Seraphim, you can just micro them incredibly easily against them, really. And yeah, we've got a second Seraphim squad coming out, and will they be able to kill off this Dark Reaper? I'll doubt it, but what else what happens. And yeah, finally Chillax is going for a Plasma Generator, but meanwhile at the Metallicana's base, he's just sending out Bone Singer, is going to get killed off pretty quickly, so not really the best of trades, really. He gets killed off. Sorry, he gets killed off by that Seraphim squad guy. Squad member, should I say, since they're all female. Well, except for the obviously male characters in that particular army. And yeah, we've got the Seraphim squad retreating to the north and retreating to the south as well. I think they're just looking for yeah, builder units and such to do a bit of harassment on. So Metallicana is going to want to teleport his build out of there if he can, actually. Now, unfortunately, he either didn't or he just wanted to finish that listing post, and it looks like it's actually being upgraded as well. Unfortunately, Chillax is having a bit of a lapse in micro here, getting his soldiers, or these Seraphim, to go through 2 squads of ranged infantry, but what the hell, why not, eh? Looks like I might actually be able to stop the capturing of this relic point as well, and he hasn't started capturing his own points though. Looks like he's, yeah, brought up a couple of missionaries out as well. And what do you know, yeah, unfortunately be forced to retreat. So just have a look at their incomes actually. We've got 62 and 10 for, what is it, Chillax, interesting. And for Metallicana we've got 74 and 10. Oh wait a minute, oh that was 80 and 10 now. So yeah, they're actually, for all the harassments that the Seraphim are doing, unfortunately the Elder player is still ahead at the moment. And yeah, it's actually got pretty good placement. I don't know if it's incidental or not, but Metallicana having his Dark Reapers there just to shoot the Seraphim as they try to escape. Not too shabby, actually. And what do you know, I'm surprised that actually they get a cover bonus that far away from the crater, but what the hell. So yeah, it looks like this for Seraphim are just deciding to do a bit more harassment, so no retreating for them. And yeah, it looks like Yeah, I think Chillax is actually going to be gearing up to go up to tier 2 actually. As for the Elder player, I think he's still at tier 1. Doesn't appear to be building the tier 2 building for the time being. So yeah, looks like he's just busy trying to bat off these Seraphim and such. Although yeah, he should have enough points to get up to tier 2 pretty soon though. And yeah, Seraphim are certainly going to be taking some pretty heavy losses, but looks like Chillax is going up to tier 2, and what do you know, doing a bit of harassment on the Guardians as well, so not too shabby indeed. So yep, he's going to keep his Seraphim there for the time being, and trying to capture that point there, unfortunately it's not going to work. Elder player finally building a couple more Bone Singers and a Plasma Generator. It looks like he's going to be building a Listening Shrine here, so he's still not going to tier 2 just yet, so just have a look at the respective incomes again. So we've got 74 and 20 for the Sisters of Battle, 86 and 10 for the Elder player. So, yeah, Elder player still ahead, unfortunately for the Battle Sisters player, or should I say Sisters Battle player. That's what the hell. As soon as they reach tier 2, they might be able to do something, hopefully. Let's see what happens, I suppose. And yeah, as you can see, the Elder player, Talikana's doing a pretty good job pounding these listening posts. And interestingly enough, Chillax is actually upgrading the listening post, and it's funny really, because it gets this nice little flamer weapon, but the problem is, as you can see, it doesn't do that much damage. There's a bit of area of effect damage, but its range, I think, if I remember correctly, it's actually shorter than the range of just other listening posts. But I'd have to check on that actually. And yeah, so now it looks like Chillax is finally at tier 2. As for the Elder player Metallicana, he's finally going to tier 2 himself, so we'll see what Chillax will be doing. So he's not going for any leader units or anything like that. And it's interesting, I mean, the Elder player sure was ahead by quite a bit, but it looks like he's actually floating a few of his resources, and he's been, of course, losing quite a few builders and such on the way as well. And yeah, there you go, he's going to be losing possibly a couple more. Actually, just have a look. What do we have here? Ah, here we go. So yeah, smart enough to build a minefield at the very least. But the problem is that Seraphim are an incredibly fast squad actually, so they can maneuver pretty quickly. And what do you know? Metallicana has actually captured. He's captured all 3. Oh no, 3 out of the 4 critical locations. That's right, because there's one there, of course, on the northern side. So yeah, there we've got power weapons actually being researched. Blessed armor, so that would certainly help out for the Seraphim, and yeah, it looks like they're going to be going for the veteran superiors. So yeah, it looks like they're actually going to be using them as melee jump troops by the looks of it, especially if they're going to be going for power weapons and getting their leader units. So, will this work out? Who knows, who knows. And what do you know, we've actually got Rave Tomb being researched by Metallicana, so we might actually see a bit of builder harass a bit later on in the game. Might be a bit tricky to get them, actually. Especially since they got sights. Should be relatively easy to get them. Interesting. Anyway, to get them to the base of Chillax. So yeah, so I was just trying to see what's happening in the battle. And yeah, as you can see, it looks like Seraphim using the what is it? I can't remember what it's called. Ascension or something like that. Basically, it's an ability that resets their morale to maximum, and yeah, gives them a nice little damage boost as well. So for whatever reason though, he's not using them in melee though, even though he did get the war gear power weapons, and he got crack weapons as well. So it looks like he's going to be focusing on there we go, finally I think he's going into, oh never mind, I think it was actually Elder troops trying to go into melee with him. Not that. Huh, indeed. So I kind of just getting his own comments as well, so there you go. So yeah, actually I haven't commentated in a bit of a while for Men of War games. For some reason he's not capturing that point, not entirely sure why. So yeah, I might just be a little bit rusty when it comes to that sort of stuff. And what do you know, he's... Never mind, I thought that Chillax was actually using the... I can't remember, the Ascension ability or whatever you call it. I'll probably look that up after. That's what you know he's not. So instead it looks like he's actually going to melee with the Dark Reapers, and at the same time though, he does have the Inferno pistol researched for his Seraphim veteran superiors. So he'll probably do a better job of actually going into melee with these guys. I mean, sure, the Dark Reapers aren't actually too shabby in melee, at least against lighter troops, I suppose. But when you have things like power weapons for your veteran superiors, it's really going to make a lot of difference. And just having a look at what's happening here, we're seeing... Okay, so we're actually going to be seeing Celestians being brought out as well, and a Holy Reliquary, so it looks like we're going to be going for a bit more of an infantry and possibly commander-based build from our battle system player. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be seeing a bit more of a vehicle-based build from Metallicanus. It's actually starting off with a Falcon Grav Tank. I don't know if really that's the best thing to do, because the problem is you got Seraphim squads and now you got Celestians, and both of them have, or rather both types of squads will be basically being armed to the hills with things like crack grenades and all that, so they'll be able to quickly take out light vehicles like this Falcon Grav Tank, for example. So not really sure if deploying that was the best answer really, but then again the older players probably not unaware of this Celestian squad here. And what do you know, we've got improved field logistics, and so that's just increasing the squad cap for the battle systems player. And what do you know, the Seraphim are not actually going to be using their crack grenades on this. An interesting thing to do. And yeah, it looks like they've gone for the Celestian Veteran Superior, and they're going to use the second crack grenade. Yep, it looks like we need just one more though, so because they've got 3 squads of infantry, they should be able to take it out on the next try. And what do you know, I've actually got a Confessor coming out. As for these Celestians, yeah, it looks like, yeah, Chillax is not going to be upgrading them with melters or multi-melters or anything like that. So we've got another Falcon Grav Tank and vehicle holofield research being conducted by the Elder Player. I'll just check the resources. So 110 and 30 for Chillax, and 140 and 50 for the Elder Player. So the Elder Players actually have been pretty much on top of their economy this entire game. And yet, as you can see, even after all that, Chillax has still been able to contain him in his own base. So not too shabby indeed. I mean, Elder Player, they work, or rather Elder in general, should say, they work best when they're well. Anyway, they work best when they're you know, able to harass the enemy at different points and all that. But yeah, when they're contained in their own base, it's going to be get a bit trickier. So yeah, we'll just go back to the view of Chillax. So here we go, here comes his Confessor. He'll probably be attaching him to the Celestian squad enemy. I'm surprised that oh, there we go, just as I was about to say that. Chillax gets a Holy Icon, and yeah, he's actually going to be going for the research for the requisition, to increase the amount of requisition that comes through. So I'm surprised that this Falcon Grav Tank is still alive, actually. I'm surprised that both of them are still alive, for that matter. That one should go down. Yep, so you'd think they should have enough crack grenades in between them. Oh well, anyway, we've got an Imager for the, or is that Imager for the Celestian squads. That'll be giving them a nice health boost, and we've also got the Compressor in there, so giving a nice damage boost to all the surrounding squads. And we've got a second Celestial squad coming out, which means, given the points that we have for Chillax, we'll probably be coming out with the primary commander, so that would be the Canoness. Doing it for herself, I suppose. So, Metallicanus says minor micro sucks, which is not the best position to be in. What the hell? Oh, he's going with 2 Celestian Veteran Superiors, interesting. Oh, that's right, that's a possible bug that you can get with certain squads in this game, being able to get 2 leader units like this when you should only be able to get 1. So it's not something that you normally should be able to do, but well, I suppose I suppose that's what Chillax is going to take advantage of in the case. And what do we have here? Got plenty of webway gates being built. So Elder Player still seems to be in tier 2. We've got Chapter to Clasticus being researched. Yeah, not much happening for the Sisters of Battle Player, so not entirely sure why they deciding to save up so many points. I mean, they could be getting the Canoness out as well, and yeah, building more Holy Icons, getting that faith resources up so that they can cast their abilities from the units, but what can you do? Decided not to do that for whatever reason, so I'm not entirely sure why though. Building some... ah, there we go. Oh, wow, another Celestian squad. I mean, Celestians are pretty good, but, well, what the hell, I suppose. If it works, it works. Oh, okay, here we go. Now we've got a couple of, that's interesting, these, Celestian squads, normally you'd want to start upgrading the multi-melters first and then upgrading the melter guns. Because, yeah, it is possible to have them in the, configuration of, you know, partially anti-infantry, partially anti-vehicle. But the problem is that these melter guns, they replace an anti-infantry weapon when they're upgraded, so you might as well, you know, upgrade them with a multi-melter so that you can get the most bang for the buck, so to speak. That's what the hell. Elder players' forces have actually been entirely wiped out. We've actually got 0 troops, 0 vehicles. Wow. So if our Chillax actually decides to move out at this moment, then he should be able to inflict quite a bit of damage on the on their base, actually, on Metallicana's base. So he's coming up with a seer count, but I think he's going to do a bit better than that. Just noticed actually that Metallicana, if for whatever reason, is hoarding quite a few more resources. So I'm not entirely sure why that's the case. So yeah, Chillax is actually going to tier 3, and he has not. Oh, actually, yeah, he has got a vehicle plant up. And yeah, I don't really see the point of bothering to research cloaking, because as far as I know, let's have a look. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like the Confessor does actually detect infiltrated units. So put him into a Celestian squad. Well, 3 Celestian squads. Anyway, put him into a Celestian squad, and yeah, really, I mean, he's a detector that's almost impossible to actually take out, really, without some sort of significant firepower. Kind of like the way that the Orc Commanders also happen to detect infiltrated units. So yeah, it looks like we actually got a Holy Edict being researched, and I think, I'm not entirely sure if Chillax has actually got enough faith resource to do that. Might want to get at least a couple more icons, at the very least, Holy icons, should I say, to you know, just to be able to store some faith up. But what the hell? If he does have enough faith to do it, should be interesting. Anyway, it should be a hell of an ability to use, especially on powerful squads like this Seer Council, for example. So as for the Confessor, let's see. He's still got pretty good health, actually. Of course, Chillax would want to be careful though, because yeah, it looks like Metallicana's finally starting to make a bit of a comeback with his Seer Council. But yeah, once the Holy Edict ability is complete, yep, it is. We'll be able to use it, and I think, did he actually use it? I think I missed it. Yeah. Oh well, what can you do? Well, do you know, I've actually got Lightning Fighters being built. I was kind of surprised that was actually the first thing he built out of the vehicle plant, or the Manufactorum, as it's called in game. Oh well, what can you do? So he's building more servitors, and yeah, he's actually going to be building the tier 4 building as well, so Shrine of the Living Saints. So he'll be able to create the Uber units, and of course the Penitent engines as well. So there you go. And of course, yeah, the Living Saint would be the tier 4 Uber units. See, actually, the Confessor's gone down, but he's not such an expensive commander to rebuild. He does cost quite a bit though, but the damage bonuses and all that he provides certainly come in handy. And yeah, I suppose actually it was a good thing to get Shroud ability from Metallicana. In fact, I might just switch over to his view actually, given that the action seems to be happening mostly in its base. Because yeah, that basically means that these Lightning Fighters can only do so much damage. I mean, they can target these listing shrines that are undefended, but the problem with these Lightning Fighters is that they say they're effective against aircraft and infantry, but they're actually sort of a jack of all trades units. They're not quite as effective as against infantry as one might think, really, but I suppose they get the job done, really. In any case, let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like the older player Metallicana is actually going to tier 4 as well, and he's marching across a pretty sizable army. 29, 12, 6, 16, 6, 10. So yeah, looks like we're going to have a relatively evenly matched battle, provided that's the Sisters battle player actually gets his troops back, and yeah, looks like he's going to be doing that. So interestingly, he hasn't built the Canonist at all. He's been saving up presumably for the tier 4 unit, so for the Living Saint. Although he's actually got the Penitent engine out as well, and actually yeah, he's going for the vehicle cap upgrade as well. And by the looks of it, it's kind of funny. The Confessor, I think, has used the Holy Edict ability there. It's kind of hard to tell, really, because I could swear it gave a bit of an effect, you know, when it went off. But I just saw that squad standing in place doing nothing, so presumably it went off. This is Penitent Engine is using it in ranged combat, which isn't too bad, but it's that's what they would do. That's what I do. And yeah, here we got the nice thing, of course. It's apparently also good against infantry and against, well, 2 of them actually. So good against infantry and against aircraft. So I wonder how well they do actually against a lightning fight, I'm not sure. Oh well, whatever. In the case, looks like the yeah, it looks like Metallica might actually be getting the battle in his favour. He's slowly pushing back Chillax, and yeah, he's accounts and all that still. He lost his commander though, so it's just a matter of time for the rest of the sea accounts to fall. Actually, now that I think of it, I haven't seen the Wraith Tomb ability that was researched before being used either by the Elder player. And yeah, it looks like Living Saint is underway for the Elder player. And yeah, it looks like Chillax has actually got an Exorcist out, so you don't see that too often. There you go. It's actually a pretty good artillery, and it doesn't do any knockback damage or any damage at all actually to friendly troops, and I think buildings as well, I'm not entirely sure, as you can see. So it's actually incredibly good for bombarding troops even when you're in melee with them, so pretty good unit indeed to have around. It's a bit pricey then, it takes a bit of vehicle cap, but well, why not why not use it? And there you go, there's a Living Saint as well, so doing it for himself as well, I suppose. And interestingly enough, after all this time, Chillax has still not got a Canoness, which is just incredible, because really, I mean, she's a pretty good commander to have around. But there you go, it looks like the avatar is going to come out for the Elder player, Metallicana. And there you go, out it goes. So he's actually rebuilding the Farseer, and apparently going for the... okay, so it's interesting, there must be a new barracks building apparently rebuilt or whatever. So there we go. Got Penitent Engines battling with the Avatar of Cain, doing surprisingly well actually. It's just be a matter of time. There we go. Now the Living Saint should be able to take out this Avatar of Cain actually. And yeah, unfortunately, the problem is when the Living Saint dies, she actually reduces the... pretty sure she reduces the cap of various units by 1 until she actually... until the resurrection ability recharges, so it's a bit unfortunate, but that's what we can do. So yeah, it looks like we should be seeing her dying, so rather unfortunate, but let's have a look. There we go, should be coming back to life. So there you go. Boom. So there we go, good as new. So now we should be going after the Avatar, but the Avatar of course is going after the Celestial Squad, and we actually got the Confessor in trouble as well. That's what Chillax is going for a Sister at Pinch, yeah, pretty nice melee squad actually. And still not going for the Canoness for whatever reason, so... oh well, what the hell, that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. The Elder player is actually completely out of resources. Actually, we'll just check, 119, 187, 112. So yeah, even after all this time, the Elder player is actually still ahead of the, in terms of economy that is, ahead of the Battle Systems player, which is quite incredible to say the least. And yeah, it looks like Living Saint is going to die, but she did manage to do quite a bit of damage to the Avatar of Cain, so we'll see how well that goes. Wow. Bringing out a fire prison and everything. So Elder player once again is actually sending the sending the Battle Systems player back to their base, but if you'd remember correctly, we actually had this situation happening before. And what happened was, yeah, the Elder players, or Metallicana's forces were pretty much annihilated. So will the same happen again, or will maybe the Avatar of Cain make a bit of a difference this time along with all the other supporting troops and vehicles? Who knows, eh? One thing I can tell for certain is that, yeah, it looks like that, well, really. Anyway, it looks like Chillax is actually hoarding resources as well, never a good thing to do, while the Elder player is finally spending his resources. So I suppose once Chillax actually starts spending his resources again, it probably should be able to turn back the Elder player, but the problem is if he keeps waiting, he's not really going to be able to, you know, rebuild his troops fast enough to be able to beat back the Elder player. And yeah, the Avatar of Cain is still alive, which is going to be a pretty bad problem for the buildings of Chillax. So, yeah, interesting indeed. So yeah, a few more minutes to go. The battle could still go either way, I suppose, but it's going to be a bit of a long shot for Chillax to win now. So yeah, good job to Metallicana. I mean, he was under siege for the majority of the game. He got harassed time and time again. He lost his army multiple times, and yet, after all that, he still managed to stay on top of his economy and all that. And now he might actually have a chance of ending the game right here and there. So not too shabby indeed. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be losing his Avatar. Oh, that's incredible. incredibly close. Okay, yep, downing there, so just barely getting killed by those sister Repenges. I think there's only one single one there, that's kind of funny. And yeah, it looks like they're cleaning up the Seer Council. It's just coming out, and yeah, finally it looks like Chillax is actually rebuilding. But I think it might be a little bit too little too late, because we've still got a pretty significant Elder army, and yeah, they've got an economic advantage as well, so... Yep, Chillax has certainly got his work cut out for him. But yeah, certainly very good work by Metallicana, so finally his economic advantage is starting to pay off. I'd say he probably could have ended the game sooner if he actually spent his resources... Interesting, anyway, if he actually spent his resources a bit sooner, but what can you do? So we'll just have a look. Looks like we got Servitors coming out and another Living Saint coming out for Chillax. Interesting. Looks like he's got quite a few power, quite a bit of the power resource. I'm not entirely sure if he actually has the second tier of Requisition Research or not. And, wow, that's kind of funny. Not bad. Using Sister Repentia without a detector unit. Not bad. So there you go, we actually still got the Living Saint coming out. And who knows, she might be able to delay the Elder army enough, but the problem is Elder players is hoarding a few resources, but his army is just that much bigger, and yeah, we really need more requisition to be seen for Chillax before before he can even build anything really, even vehicles or anything like that, so to beat back the Elder player, Metallicana. Yeah, a few more minutes left, so yeah, looks like Metallicana will be winning the game. But yeah, I must say, both players have certainly played pretty well. The biggest thing I could say is that, yeah, that both players really hoarded their resources a bit. I'd say Metallicana hoarded their resources a bit more in the beginning, and Chillax hoarded their resources a bit more towards the end there. So, fortunately, that sort of thing can really cost the game, especially really when you spend all that money trying to upgrade your economy and all that. If you don't actually spend the money afterwards on anything, then yeah, all that money is pretty much going to waste, really. Unspent resources aren't going to do too much, to say the least. That's what though. So, surprisingly enough, Chillax dude still has his Living Saint online. Actually, if I remember correctly, I thought she yeah, that they have she has the Ardent Blade ability, which I haven't actually seen used at all for whatever reason. I don't know how much good that's going to do, but what the... And now she's just going back as well. And interestingly enough, a couple of buildings here aren't actually cloaked, so Sister Repentious will be able to do a bit of damage. But the problem is, without any detection, they won't be able to destroy the rest of the Elder player's base. There's certainly a pretty significant chunk of it to destroy. And they're saying something, I think in German, I'm not entirely sure what it is though. Which is kind of funny really, because I learned German for a bit in high school, but if you don't use it, then, well, there you go. Doesn't really count for much. Yeah, Living Saint's still alive. Don't really see how much difference it's going to make, because yeah, Avatar of Kane's come out, and that pretty much, yep, sealed the deal. So, yeah, very well played. Oh, that looks interesting. There's a nice little still image of all the shots going there. Not bad. So anyway, very well played by both players, and yeah, pretty nice way to, yeah, just to end our little video recording session with a bit more of a relaxing game to commentate on. Well, at least we don't have to worry about quitters anyway. So yeah, I have a few more commentaries of all sorts coming out later on. Maybe on the weekend, see what happens. So, anyway, until that happens, this has been Damien Tvidovic signing off.